How's your front coming together, Coach?
It's coming. Okay. I mean, the good thing about this group is, from 1 through 20, they're all working at it every single day. And right now in camp, you're just trying to stack days. And, there's some leaders being developed. There's some young guys that are figuring it out, first day on a college campus. And then we got our new guys that we've added this summer, and just blending that group, building the culture, and seriously, we do everything, not sometimes one day at a time, but one play at a time. But it's fun to watch, and it's a work in progress, and we need every minute we can get.
You had some shuffling with the 3 interior spots. Do you have the depth you need there to start the year?
I think so. I've got some guys that can play multiple spots. I mean, pretty much for those inside 3, all of them have played in the middle, and obviously can play either side of it, and that creates depth. I got guys that can play all 3, and then you've got a little bit of depth there, and doing the same thing with tackles. I haven't used any tackles yet to snap, but it's always something that creates value for me.
Is Jalen where you thought? Is he on schedule in this conversion to guard? Is he ahead of schedule? Is where you thought he'd be at this point?
He is. When I got him at the last place, he was guard. Then I moved him to tackle.
Right.
So it's his natural position, and he's the old man in the group, and he's kind of taking the leadership role and holding guys accountable. And it was a natural transition for him. I mean, he knows me and him have been around each other for a while, and he knows exactly what I expect each day out of every drill and out of every period we go through, and he's great help to the other guys, just leading them in that direction.
Can you sort of speak to the development of Bakeen Coley?
He's had a great camp. Had him in the spring. He's an unbelievable talent, and he just continues. He's constantly trying to master his craft, and you got to appreciate a guy like that. And he is getting better and better each and every day. And we talk about it all the time with him. I can't wait for tomorrow because, he's bought into it. He's bought into the process. He understands what he has to do to get where he wants to go, where we all want to go. And he doesn't take it to play off.
When we talked to you in the spring, we mentioned Joey Sonoda, and he's a guy that was, the spring before that, just learning the basics of football again. How far has he come in the time you've had to work with him?
Joey's a warrior. He's a warrior. And, he brings what I ask every single day, every single rep. And he's not going to say a lot, but he's such a great mentor for those younger guys on how to practice and how to work at your craft. And, he's a vital part of what we're doing. And he's helping all those guys around him too right now.
When you guys were recruiting Braden Joyner out of the portal, was his versatility a part of that? Was that an asset that you thought he was bringing?
Oh, yeah, immediately. And most of his snaps were at a guard, but I knew he is a center. And just that value, and actually having been in on the playing field before, and had, productive snaps and important snaps, critical snaps. And then he's came in here since the day he's been in here. He's just jumped in the playbook and got that, and now he's, getting a little bit of a swag back to him because he knows what to do now. And he's probably the last 5 or 6 days, he's kind of taken off with this.
UNLV had an elite rushing attack with you and Coach Odom there. What are the keys for you guys to carry that production over here this season?
I mean, running the ball, it's tough. You got to be tough. You got to be tough, and just again, creating that culture. Our deal is we want to run through you or we'll run by you. And that's kind of what Coach Henson's brought here. And being fat, ugly guys, we like to go grind it up, and but we got to protect it too. And you can still be physical and tough doing that, but running the ball, there's nothing better than doing something against that guy's will that he's done want us to do.
Can you sort of handicap the center position for us, where you stand there?
Right now we're still, 12 days out now, 11 days out, and we finish camp tomorrow, and you know, there's an ideal, but it's still open right now. And that's what I told after our scrimmage this weekend. Hey, dudes, if you're not okay with where you are, do something about it. So those competitions are still vital. But there's been multiple guys play center in there, you know, the same ones we had in the spring with Gio and Mason, E.T. and Ethan. And then, of course, we added Braden. And then, you know, we just continue to find the best fit now because they're all got it. I don't want to say they've all got it down completely right now. None of us do, even including me. But you know, they're working every day at it, and you know, it's kind of you're looking for chemistry always, and some of those guys are figuring it out, and production wins, and especially at that position because you are the quarterback up front. You got to make every call. So.
How did the scrimmage help you, the second one, in terms of this final week of assessment for you? Like, what did it tell you that was kind of the end game?
Well, it's just another learning opportunity. You know, anytime you can get out there and you know, in as game-like as we can make it, you know, situation, you get to see guys how they perform when they're put in that situation, and we create every situation for them, whether it's end of game or you know, 2-minute, different things like that. And we want to see, you know, you find out who you can count on and who needs to continue to work to get there. But those scrimmage dates are invaluable to us because that's as close as we can get till we actually walk out there on the 30th.
You mentioned Ethan Tren specifically. The guy was a walk-on when he got here, and gets a scholarship at the end of the spring. And he's been with the first unit. I don't know if it's the first team, but you know, the first unit we put out there. What has he done to kind of elevate himself from a walk-on to now a guy? When you brought in all these guys from the portal, he stands out.
Ethan is Purdue. That's who he is, and if you want his job, you got to take it, and that's what those other guys understand. That I mean, he's not just gonna give it up, and he brings that no-nonsense approach every single day. And he is a worker. He crushes every practice we got with the right mindset. He crushes the weight room. I mean, there's no relaxing him, which is kind of what you have to be an interior guy. And again, he's got value because he can play multiple spots, and just his work ethic. And he is kind of the, you know, like a silent leader, like him and Joey. They don't have to say much, but if it's not right, they're going to hold you accountable. And I just define him as Purdue. That's what he is. That's what we want Purdue to be. That, you know, lunch pail attitude, and here we go. So.
You're a 35-year vet. How does this O-line group compare to ones you've coached in the past?
We haven't played a game yet. I've been blessed. I've been in with some guys that figured out, the guys that I've been with for 4 or 5 or multiple years, you know. And these guys understand that in this day and age, you know, you're almost like Minutemen. The faster you get the culture going and the faster you get the work ethic going, the faster we'll go. And these guys have done everything, and they've honestly speeded it up here. Probably in the last 7 days, it's been fun to watch. I mean, I get up early every morning anyway, but I can't wait to get up here in the mornings right now. But yeah, we'll see. After the season, I can make that comparison a bit better.
Who on this D-line is making your guys